Have mercy. Your brother from the gutter, the slick one, is back behind the wood for the open bar where there's never a cover, never a minimum. And I am recording this podcast late Saturday night, Sunday morning. It is the end of March. What is the date? What is it? March 29th? March 30th. Doesn't it seem like the winter, this is the time of the year where you just want to lose your mind because it's been 5 months of this crap. Enough. And we had snowflakes yesterday. Mother, make it stop. Anywhere else in the world, like down south, it's probably spring right now. They got flowers popping up. We still got, listen, March in Buffalo sucks. It always does. It always has. It always will. You know, you figure you got maybe 3 or 4 nice days in March, and the rest of it blows. So in any event, hey, interesting news. Today the Bills have put in a bid to host one of the upcoming NFL drafts, which, of course, is every year. They have the NFL draft in April 30th. And, I mean, I followed the draft since the early 80s when they had it at the crappy Omni Central Hotel in New York, and it was only televised on CNN. I mean, on ESPN, rather, with Paul McGuire and Dr. Z and all those guys, back in 82, 83. And now it's a big thing. Millions of people watch. Detroit had, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of people. They broke a record. So they want to bring the draft here, and why the hell not? That would be excellent. Let's hope that happens. Also in Bills news, they have signed cornerback Christian Benford to a new contract. And the draft is coming up. I must admit this year I am not as on top of things as I normally am. So I'm going to have to bone up here. I'm going to have to really hit the books and really, what's the word I'm looking for? Cram for the upcoming draft. Thank you. I haven't killed all the brain cells, which is, about 4 weeks away. A lot of people have the Bills taking this defensive tackle from Michigan. They could also go corner. They could trade up. They could trade down. Who the hell knows? I mean, it's really all speculation at this point. And our old pal is now with the New England Patriots. He is going to be wide receiver for the New England Patriots. Of course, we're talking about none other than our old pal, Stefon Diggs.
He's got a lot of problems.
That's right. He will join also former Buffalo Bill wide receiver Mac Hollins, who's also there. Does Diggs have anything left, or is he about pissed his last drop? What do you think? He was playing pretty good with Houston until he got injured. And how is he going to be coming back from that injury? The Patriots really opened up the vault and let the moths out. They signed him to a big contract, lots of money for an old geezer like Stefon Diggs. Well, he did give Josh Allen a compliment. He was talking about the Patriots' young quarterback there, Drake May, and said that he reminds him of a young Josh Allen. Yeah. Dream on. Dream on. But no, Drake May is he's an up and comer. He's not Josh Allen. I don't think he's going to be Josh Allen. I mean, come on, but I think he could be a decent quarterback for the Patriots. They may have found their quarterback of the future. But hey, what do I know? I mean, I'm broadcasting from Slick Studios overlooking the telephone pole somewhere in South Buffalo. And I just got done ripping over 800 CDs. I'm ripping all my CDs into my computer and doing it lossless with Apple Lossless, because in the past I had done MP3, got my 5-disc Adcom CD player, got the laser cleaned on that. So I'm having fun. I'm rocking out even though I'm at home. So what else is happening in the world? Well, of course, it wouldn't be the Slickcast if we didn't touch on the continuing raping and pillaging of the United States by Donald Trump and vice co-president, I should say, Elon Musk.
They're eating the dog.
And, of course, this week's major fuck-up which happened way back on Monday, where you had the entire Trump administration of intelligence, the intelligence group, all the national security officials, making sensitive military plans for impending strikes on Yemen's Houthi rebels. So you had the group included National Security Advisor Michael Waltz, Secretary of State Mark Rubio, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, and Vice President J.D. Vance, all talking about and strategizing about the upcoming impending attacks. By the way, and the one asshole, Steve Witkoff, was also on that call. He's like Trump's unofficial over and kisses Putin's ring and comes back and just talks in superlatives about what a great guy Vladimir Putin is. Basically repeats the Kremlin's talking points. This idiot is on the phone in Russia, and they're using this signal, which is not what they're supposed to be using. The government has a system for doing this. You're not supposed to talk about upcoming. So basically, I mean, if they were aware of this, they know what planes to look for, what kind of weapons we'd be using, that kind of shit. They could shoot down and kill, one of our pilots. So I mean, this is amateur hour, really. These people are the gang that couldn't shoot straight. These people. And Pete Hegseth is on there saying, yeah, this shows American power. Like Rubio was saying, why are we even shooting the Houthi rebels? Why are we doing Europe any favors? Because 40% of their ships go through that area, and only 3% of our ships are involved going through the canal there. What the hell's the name of that canal? The Suez Canal, right. So 3% of U.S. trade runs through the Suez, 40% of European trade. So Rubio's making the point, why are we helping, why are we helping Europe? And Hegseth is like, well, we don't really give a shit about the Houthi rebels. This is what they're saying on the call. He said, this is to show American power. So much for the peacetime president, the guy that was going to keep us out of other wars and conflicts around the world, and just concentrate on domestic issues. Right. So this was a big fuck you to Iran, is what this was. And the Houthi rebels, you're not going to take them out with airstrikes. I mean, you're not going to take them out with just, airstrikes in Yemen. So in any event, it's just a total fuck up. And of course, the reason this was such a major fuck up in the first place is because they included Atlantic reporter Bob Goldberg. They included him in the text chain. And the ass clown that included him, this will make you sleep better at night, was our national security advisor, Michael Waltz. Yes. Missing was any kind of military person, uniformed person, like the Joint Chief of Staff should normally be on a call like that. But the Trump administration and their brilliant wisdom fired the Chief of Staff because he was DEI. He was a black guy. So, it's just, they're such fucking idiots. They have no clue what they're doing. This is what happens when you hire the incompetent. This is what happens when you hire ass kissers instead of people that know what the fuck they're doing. It's an embarrassment. And if our allies in Europe and Australia, New Zealand, if Canada, if they were leery about sharing their intelligence with the United States, now that we have a Putin, ass kisser in the White House, we also have incompetent screw ups that can't keep anything under their hat. And the dude that's in Russia, Steve Witkoff, you think they're not listening in on his shit over there in Russia? Unbelievable. But this is what happens when you replace a 4-star general with a Fox News TV anchor. I don't know if this one slipped you by, but the Trump administration, when they send all those dudes back to Venezuela, well, they unlawfully deported at least one guy that we know of, a Venezuelan man the guy has autism. So he had an autism awareness tattoo that these stupid intelligence people or the immigration people thought was gang affiliated. So they kicked this poor bastard out of the country and sent him to a jail somewhere. Now, listen, I know what people are going to say. Hey, what's wrong with getting rid of gang members? There's nothing wrong with getting rid of Venezuelan gang members. But there's due process. This is a country of laws. This is a liberal democracy. These people, they have a right to a habeas corpus. They have a right to due process because, for this reason, there's going to be people that are caught up in this shit that haven't done anything wrong. And they can be sent to some fucking jail somewhere and just disappeared forever because the president doesn't like you. I mean, really? Think about that for a minute. Just think about it on the other hand. If there's a Democrat in the White House, okay, how would you like that? Where he was, and we're just kicking people out of the country we don't agree with, or we don't like what you're saying, so you're out of here because I said so, and I'm the boss. Well, that's what we got going on right now. Yeah, crazy shit, very scary, and Trump is losing. He is losing some lawsuits in the courts. Hopefully the judges keep it up because the shit that he's pulling right now, and especially a lot of people worried, you see in these town hall meetings about Social Security. You know, they've got Elon Musk in his Doge teenage twits fucking around in these systems where they got no business fucking around, where they don't know what they're doing. And I was just reading the Social Security right now is at a 50-year low for the number of employees they have. In the meantime, we're getting more and more people retired, right? Because all the baby boomers are retiring, like me. Social Security is supposed to call me Wednesday afternoon, and they better fucking call me, because if not, I'm going to blame Trump and Elon Musk. Yeah, Trusk. That's what they should call him. This is going to be terrible, especially if you're like trying to get disability. Forget about it. If you think it's a long wait now, if you think this department is understaffed now, wait until Trump gets done gutting it. And this system, from what I understand, the computer system there is old, and it needs to be tweaked on a regular basis. And what they did was they got rid of all the IT people that know how to fucking work it. So I was listening to an interview with Martin O'Malley, who worked at Social Security. He ran it for a year. And he said, look, it's only I give them 2 to 3 months before it crashes. So people are going to stop getting their checks, or, they might just lose your information. They might just lose all your information and you're not in the system anymore. So you're not, you can't get your Social Security. Why are they fucking with this? It's one of 3 reasons. It's either, A, they want to fuck it up. They're fucking it up on purpose. They're not trying to make things more efficient. They're fucking things up on purpose because they want people to lose trust into the Social Security system so they can say, hey, look, we're going to do a better job. We're going to privatize it. And we're going to take your savings, and instead of going into a savings account for you, we're going to let them ride on the stock market. We're going to give them to our buddies on Wall Street. So that's one of the possibilities. The other is that they're going to loot it. Trump and his billionaire cronies are going to just loot it, or they're just gonna fuck it up and hopefully by sticking a monkey wrench in there, slow down the wheels so less people they'll have to pay less people. It's just chaos. All these departments, they're losing years of experience. People don't have enough respect for government workers. Let me tell you, government workers, they don't have a TV channel. They don't have money to advertise, okay? But they take a lot of shit from people. People blame everything. What's the old saying? The government is always the enemy until you need a friend, right? If there's a flood, who the fuck are you going to call? Ghostbusters? You know what I mean? You're going to call the government. And when you have incompetent fucking people in there, they're fucking with FEMA. They're fucking with everything. Wait till you need something. Wait till you got to wait, 2 2 years to get your Social Security disability hearing, or your check is missing from Social Security, or one of your veteran buddies gets fired from the VA or the post office or one of these 10,000 agencies that they're just gutting stupidly with no plan. It's just, listen, what did they say? Grover Norquist, we're going to drown the government in the bathtub. That's what they said. We're going to run the debt up and we're going to drown the government in the bathtub, meaning they're going to say, we got to cut all these departments. We got to cut these programs, food stamps, Social Security. We can't afford this. Right. We can't afford this because we keep giving more and more tax cuts to fucking billionaires. Before all this shit happened, before Reagan, the top tax rate for the wealthiest Americans was 70%. So, and they had loopholes, okay? Maybe they didn't pay 70%, but they paid more than they do now, and so did corporations. And that's why we don't have the money. We don't have the money for these programs. You knew they were going to come running to us at some point and pull this shit. Sorry, we don't have money for these programs. We got to give tax breaks to Elon Musk. So, good luck. I just hope I get my phone call on Wednesday. I really do.
They're eating the dog.
And here's a laugh. Trump says that he wants to send help to Southeast Asia, where they just had that terrible earthquake over there. The problem is they gutted U.S. aid. One of the people who oversaw disaster response teams and overall humanitarian work in the last administration said the system was now in shambles without the people or resources to move quickly to pull out survivors, collapsed buildings, and otherwise save lives. Yeah, so they fucked that up. So Russia and China's over there helping out. People out there that think, oh, we're giving money to these foreign countries. It's less than 1% of our budget is given to foreign countries. It's called soft power. It's good PR. It helps diseases from spreading to the United States. We get intelligence through, helping some of these countries. We get intel from them. So they're just breaking up so many relationships and things and chains and stuff that we have that keep our departments working. A bunch of brain-dead dickweeds. So listen, don't forget to tell your low-life friends that we are streaming all over the place on streaming platforms you know and love, like Apple Podcast, Spotify, Amazon, iHeart, YouTube. And, of course, you can get me at slicktom.com, the old website. We've got a link there to our homepage on Podbean. And yes, of course, we must give props to the wonderful and talented Julia, who is our tech and graphics producer here on the program.
You're part of a league of morons.
Weed, whiskey, and Warren Zevon. Remain calm. Circle the wagons. Go Bills.
You fought the Duke of New York. You're a number one.
Hail to the king, baby.